Okay. Hey, I'm Joelle, and this is our Butch Yoga community class for August 27th. But it will go on throughout time on YouTube. So, hey, if you're tuning in from there. So this is Butch Yoga. It's a space for butches and butch adjacent friends to be with our bodies together, to connect with ourselves more deeply in a space that just feels good to be in our bodies without pressure for it to be any certain kind of way. So welcome, welcome. um thank you for being here and for sharing this practice together. So, okay, here's a little about what you can expect for this class to set you up. So, we're going to have a short reading. We're going to do a little meditating. We're going to do some movements. Then we're going to do the same meditation again for a little bit. It's going to be fun. And then we'll have a guided relaxation at the end to bring it all together. Um, so a little bit about how we'll go through. I will describe each exercise first, and then we'll go through that one exercise for about a minute, and then we'll take a pause, take a moment just to be with your breath, just to notice your body, notice how you're feeling after that movement, really taking a minute to just check in with yourself. And then we will go on to the next movement and we'll keep going like that. Um, all right. So we are doing practices today from Kundalini Yoga, Hatha Yoga, and from the Vipassana meditation tradition. And all of those practices come from lineages from India, and I want to take a moment to acknowledge that and take a breath in gratitude for what it's taken for these teachings to reach us now, for us to be able to practice here together, to be so grateful to those who developed these initially. So amazing, really breathing into that. Okay. And as we are taking in these teachings, these practices, remembering that ultimately you are your best teacher. And part of this practice, such a big part, is you listening to your body, knowing yourself in this way of how does it feel for you to be moving in these different ways? What's your range of motion for this practice today? And so listening to your body in that way of what are the messages you're getting about how you want to practice? And with those messages, also bringing this intention to enjoy the movements. I think it's really easy with any different practice to get caught up in focusing, trying to be serious about, even unintentionally, we slip into that, it's oh, doing this, but bringing in this energy of oh, hey, I'm here to enjoy this. Like, this isn't just like some, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something that's like boring or something. I don't know. I'm like thinking of like taking like vitamins or something like that, that it's just like, oh, you got to do that, whatever, like, no, let this be an experience that you're having of connecting with yourself in this joyful way in your body. Like, bringing that attitude is also a big part of this practice, of like what we are cultivating for ourselves here. Um, and also, it's the new moon. New moon is a great time to set intentions. It's new moon in Virgo. Virgo can be very much about like structures of how we relate to our bodies and taking care of ourselves. So, and a lot of times Virgo gets this reputation of being like kind of neurotic, but let's tune into the energy of like, yeah, like the pleasure of taking care of ourselves in this way, setting up these structures for ourselves to like thrive more and enjoy our lives more. Yeah. So, all right, those are our intentions for our class today. Let's take a breath into that. Thinking of any intentions you have for yourself for this practice today. Bringing those to mind and feeling those settle in your body. So, we are going to have a reading now from the Tao Te Ching. It's from chapter 22. If you want to become whole, let yourself be partial. If you want to become straight, let yourself be crooked. If you want to become full, let yourself be empty. If you want to be reborn, let yourself die. If you want to be given everything, give everything up. I'm going to read that one more time. So this is chapter 22 of the Tao Te Ching. If you want to become whole, let yourself be partial. If you want to become straight, let yourself be crooked. If you want to become full, let yourself be empty. If you want to be reborn, let yourself die. If you want to be given everything, give everything up. Sitting with those words for a moment here. feeling into the meaning that comes up for you, reflecting on those words. I was thinking about it, and part of what I was thinking is how like I feel like in our like society or whatever that we live in, it's like when you think of a flower, maybe you think of it as being in full bloom. And maybe that's how we like want to think of it. Like that's like if you give someone flowers, you give them in full bloom. And they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. But like part of what the flower's whole like process is, just being like a little bud. That's part of it too. Is that part wrong? Is it like, no, that's not a, that's, we don't like that, maybe like flower judges or something, there's like flower competitions and shit, whatever, they're going to do that. But like, it's like, no, let's not be like flower judges. Let's, appreciate like the full life cycle, like the bud. Also, like at some point, the flower is going to wilt unless it's a fake flower. Only fake flowers don't wilt, you know? Like everything has these kinds of cycles. So thinking about that, like that first line, if you want to become whole, let yourself be partial. Like let yourself be budding. That's part of wholeness in this bigger way. Like let yourself be wherever you are, even if you don't think that's what full bloom looks like. Whether you think it's more budding or you think you're like wilting in whatever area of your life, like appreciate how it's part of like the whole thing. And remembering that for this practice today too, with wherever you're at in your body, in your energy, in your mind, if you feel like your mind's going all over the place, hey, that's part of it too. Allow it. Don't be a flower judge, or any kind of judge. That's like part of what we let go. But I think that example of like the flower judges, who like they're just looking for like, like are these flowers perfect? Oh, if they're not, like, get those out of here, like no, let's not be like that. Like a whole garden has it all, that's different from a bouquet, which has been cut and is like dead. So, yeah, thinking of that with this practice. And with that, hey, let's get to it. Gonna head back to my mat here and we will start with our meditation. So getting yourself set up in a comfortable position to meditate. Oh, I think I'm a little far away here. Oh, look. All right, that's better. Okay. So getting yourself set up to meditate in any seated position that is going to feel right for you. You can be sitting in a chair. You don't have to be like sitting like this to do it. But if you want to be sitting cross-legged on the floor, maybe you want to have like a pillow under your hips. I've got a little pillow here. It helps. As you're getting yourself set up, bringing the crown of your head tall. You can imagine like if someone's like pulling your hair from the top and just bringing you to sit up a little bit taller. And let your shoulders relax, your face relax. Go deeper into your breath. Feeling the mind start to slow down just a little bit. Feeling the body get a little more still. But also, if you find it really hard to just stay still, you can like move or stim or whatever in a way that's going to help make it easier for you to feel good here. All right. And what we're going to do with our attention from here is we're going to do like a body scan with our minds. So we're going to bring our attention. I'm going to use my fingers here as I demonstrate, like just to kind of like give a visual. We're going to bring our attention to the top of our head, and then you're gonna like move your attention down, like feeling all of the parts of your body as you move your attention down, like you're like mentally scanning these different parts of your body. And then when you get to your feet, you flip it around. Then you go back up. Then you bring your attention to like mentally, I'm doing this with my hands, but like we'll be like sitting still and just doing this with our minds. But like, it's like, this is kind of what you're doing with your mind of like becoming aware of your whole body and going back and forth like that from the top of your head to the bottoms of your feet. And as we do that, it's like you're bringing your attention to feel that part of your body. And before we like get into it, I want for us to practice together because I know it can be something that's like, how do I feel my body? You know, like, how do I even do that? So we're going to practice together with our elbows. So pick an elbow and bend it and look at it and focus your attention on feeling what your elbow feels like not really moving it, or maybe you can move it. Notice what that feels like. But just even still, just noticing, what does the air feel like on your elbow? Or if you have a sleeve, what does the sleeve touching your elbow feel like? Just like what do you notice when you bring your attention into your elbow? Maybe you can feel like kind of like tingling, or maybe it feels a little cold if it's cold in the room, or warm if it's warm in the room. It's not like you're looking for anything specific, you're just noticing. And so, okay, you can let that go. You can let go of like focusing on your elbow. So that's what we're going to do, bringing our attention from the top of our heads. So like then you're going to focus your attention on like, what does the top of my head feel like? And doing that for your whole body. And then doing it again, moving back up. And as we do this, we're doing it without judgment, without judgment, whether you notice something itches somewhere, or you're like, that hurts there, or that feels sore there. You can notice it, but you're not like, I wish that wasn't that way. You're just noticing. It's like, maybe that's a wilting flower in your garden, You're just noticing. You're not being a flower judge. We're just noticing here. And in that way, it's like it's a way of practicing listening to ourselves more deeply, like really getting in touch with feeling our whole bodies, which usually we just listen to the parts that are kind of like louder, that like really are talking to us like, oh, like that's a problem or something. So yeah, doing this, it really, yeah, helps you to be more present with yourself and with your body, and practicing releasing judgment too. Okay, so we are going to do this for 3 minutes here. Sitting up tall. You can have your eyes closed. You can keep them slightly open, looking like on the floor in front of you if you like. But we're just going to be focusing our attention on moving from the top of our head to the bottoms of our feet. One more quick note before we get started. It's probably going to be impossible for you to stay only focused on this for the whole 3 minutes. Don't worry. Me too. It's hard. It's really hard to just keep your attention focused only in this way. The mind is going to go other places. And part of what we're practicing is you notice when it's going somewhere else, when you start thinking about something else, and you bring it back. You bring it back to moving the attention in this way of connecting with the body. And you also do that without judgment. It's not like, oh God, my mind was wandering again. I'll never be able to get this. It's too hard. No, just, oh, there it goes again. Because believe me, that's what it does. That's like kind of the game. So so remembering that as we go into it, be patient with yourself and keep going. Keep going. Just a couple minutes here. Okay. Moving your attention from the top of your head to your feet. Keeping your attention moving from head to foot, from your feet to your head. And slowly coming back now. Taking a deep breath and just taking a moment to notice how your mind feels now after practicing that. How does your connection with your body feel after doing this practice for just a few minutes? So now we are like extra tuned in. We are going to get started with some movements. So, we are starting off a little smaller, easing our way up into it. We're going to begin working with the neck. So, being really gentle here, really, really easy with how you're moving your neck. We're just going to be turning it with the breath. So, inhaling as you turn the neck to the left, and exhaling as you turn the neck to the right. Feeling into your range of motion with these first few, especially just noticing where's your edge right now. Remembering to sit up tall as you do this. Connecting the breath with the movement. Inhaling left and exhaling right. And how much enjoyment can you find in this movement? Like, think about if you were getting a massage, how much would you enjoy that? And this is kind of like you're giving yourself a massage. You're working with your muscles, you're releasing tension. Feel it in that way. Enjoy what you're giving to your body right now. We'll do a few more rounds here, really feeling into this movement of the neck, focusing your attention on the neck. And then you can inhale and come back to center. Bring your neck back to center. And take a few breaths here. Noticing how your neck feels specifically right now. After that movement, what has shifted, if anything? What do you notice? One more breath here. We're gonna keep moving down, kind of like we did with our body scans. So we just worked with the neck. Now we're gonna bring it to the shoulders. So we're gonna do some shoulder shrugs. So the way we're gonna do that, we're going to inhale the left shoulder up, exhale, bring the right shoulder up. So kind of get like an alternating thing going on with the breath. You can start out slower as you're like feeling into this. And as you get more warmed up, you can increase the pace if that feels right for you. Notice how it feels in your body. This is also like when I think about where I want to massage, it's like this area. It's like the shoulders so much. It's just like, please help me there. And this movement is so good for loosening up that tension. So like enjoy it. What you're offering yourself with this movement. Okay, and we're going to switch. So whichever one you were doing the inhale, so I was doing inhale left, exhale right. Now I'm going to switch it. So inhale right, exhale left, but you just flip whichever ones you were doing. We're going to keep going like that. And notice how that feels different, if it does it all, or yeah, just notice. Already been doing this kind of movement. Notice if you're feeling a little more warmed up. Okay, and let's inhale, shrug both shoulders up for a moment. And exhale, release them. You can shake them out. Okay. Ooh. All right. So gonna keep moving it down. We went to the shoulders. We're gonna bring it through the spine some here. And we're going to bring our hands onto our shoulders up here with the fingers in front, thumbs in back. And as we're starting off, start off a little smaller, and then you can feel into your range of motion. We're going to we inhale here, and then exhale, bend to the left. And then we inhale coming up to center, and exhale down to the right. And you can just like make it a little smaller at first and start to feel what feels like a good level of bend for you right now. Trying to keep this bend as much just like to the side as possible. So it's not like bending forward. It's just like just to the side. So like where your elbow is pointing down is like in line with your hips. Enjoying this movement too. This is a nice one. How does it feel in your spine as you do this movement? How does your spine like it? Do just one more on each side. Exhaling down and up to center. And you can relax the arms down for now. Oh, notice how you're feeling. How's your body feeling right now? Feel your, your heartbeat right now. Does it feel like in your chest? Mm. Oh, okay. So feeling that one. Now let's bring it into the arms some, get the arms activated. Going to bring a little more energy into it too. I feel like I've just been like yawning, like sleepy, stretching, and that's fun, but let's like pump it up a little more, right? Okay. So, gonna bring the hands together. Interlace the fingers. Keeping the arms long. You can have just a little bend in the elbow. You don't want to lock them, but just slight bend, but mostly they're pretty long. And so we're bringing your arms down, not all the way down like to your lap, but a little bit out in front of you. Kind of like 60 degrees ish if we want to go with angles. And then we're going to inhale the arms up here. This is our starting position up here. Not all the way up. It's not like a full, like, just directly up. It's more like angled out in front of you like this. Okay. So we got the arms up here, inhaling, and then we're going to exhale powerfully. and swing the arms down and inhale, bring them back up to that position. And we're going to keep alternating between these, inhaling up, exhaling down, and keep going like that. And really feel the power of this movement. Let it help like direct you towards more of what you want for yourself. Like you can imagine it almost like a psychic kind of machete, and you're like clearing through shit as you like inhale and exhale. That's what I like to think of with this one. All right. So here we go. Powerful breath here. Go a little bit more here. Full power, full focus. Staying with your breath. And inhale both arms up. Holding the breath here for just a moment until you feel ready to let it go, to exhale whenever you're ready. And let your arms down. Take a moment here to notice. Notice what you're feeling in your body now. In your arms, hands, and your energy overall throughout your body. Your body is telling you to drink some water. Yeah, just noticing any shifts that you feel after doing those movements. All right. We're going to bring our hands back up to our shoulders for a different way of working with our spines here. We're going to, similar to what we did with our necks, we're going to inhale, turn to the left, exhale, turn to the right. So we did like a side to side bend. Now we're getting like some twisting going on. Really working the spine in some different ways as to twist it out. But again, feeling into your range of motion, especially with these first few, feeling where it feels good for you to twist to. And connecting this with your breath. Enjoying this movement. Feeling your muscles, letting go a little more of tension. Getting a little stronger in the process too as you move them. Go a little bit more here. And coming back to center, you can let your arms down. And taking a moment to notice what you're feeling in your body now. Notice what you're feeling along your spine. And just being with your breath for a moment, just taking a moment to rest between these movements. Okay. And we've got one more with a spinal focus until we move it down further. All right. So for this one, we're going to be moving our spines in a different way. So we did like a side to side, we did a twist. Now we're going to do a front to back. So you can have your hands on your knees. And again, whether you're sitting like cross-legged on the floor or if you're sitting in a chair, you can just have your hands on your knees and do this movement, which is awesome, even if you're not like in a yoga class at some point, you're like sitting in a chair, like at a desk, and you need a break from work for a moment to move your body. You can do this. You can do this while you're like sitting in a chair. You don't need to be like sitting on the floor. So, all right, what we're going to do is inhale, arch the spine forward, and exhale, round the spine back. I'm going to turn to the side to demonstrate that a little more clearly. So we're inhaling, arching the spine forward, and again, with starting off, do a smaller version of this, like start to feel into where it feels right for you, and then exhale, rounding back. Starting off a little slower here. Feeling into this way of working with the spine. Mm. Mm. Enjoying this movement, enjoying this nurturing that you're giving to yourself through movement. And as you're feeling more warmed up, I'm going to invite you to increase the pace a little bit if that feels right for you. So then we increase the rate of breath as we move. Let's bring some more energy into it. We'll go a little bit more here. And then slowing down again. And inhale up to the center. Holding the breath here for just a moment, as long as it feels right for you. And noticing what your spine feels like after this movement. Noticing what your whole body feels like. Also, maybe noticing there are a lot of dogs that live around me. They're just barking. Wow. That's what they do. That is what they do. All right. So we are going to get on our backs for our last two moves here. That's right. There was no standing up today. It was that kind of day. We're just not gonna stand up in this class. Oh, we're gonna lie down. That's way better. There's plenty of standing up to do. We're gonna lie down for a minute, and as you lie down, take a moment to really just enjoy the feeling of what it feels like to be supported by the floor. Feel all the points of contact that your body is making with the floor. Shoulders, arms, all the parts of your body. Okay. I'm getting ahead of myself though. I'm getting to the guided relaxation. We still have some moves to do. Hang on. We gotta don't get too relaxed yet. All right. Still though, taking that moment to enjoy it, but it's like don't get lost in the sauce. Don't just don't slip into the enjoyment too much. We still gotta move. All right. So let's bring our feet closer to our butt. So knees are bent, feet are nearby your butt, your heels there. Hands are extended along the floor, palms down. And we're going to inhale and lift the hips up. And like with all the moves, start off a little smaller. Feel where it feels right for you. And then we're going to exhale and bring the hips down. So inhaling, lifting the hips up to wherever's feeling right in your body right now. And exhaling, lowering them down. We're going to keep going like that. You can go at the pace that feels right for your body right now. Feeling the legs very strong and stable. We'll do a few more here. Okay, on your last one, as you inhale up, stay up for a moment here, holding the position for just a moment. And then exhale. You can bring it down, let it go. You can bring your legs out to lie down. Relaxed position here. Just noticing what you feel in your body. And now, last move of the day. We made it. We're going to, okay, I'm going to give you some different options depending on the level of intensity that you want. So if you want more intensity, you can lift both legs off the floor, toes pointed, and then we're going to inhale, drawing one leg in like just directly back, and then exhale, bring that one out, draw the other one. So it's like this, like, whoop, whoop. The arms aren't actually moving. I was just kind of demonstrating. So the legs just go like right in and right out. So it's not like a bicycle, like going around, circling kind of thing. It's just right in and right out. So that's the more intense version with both legs off the floor. If you want a little less intensity, you can keep one leg on the floor at a time. So then just like lifting like one leg in and then like doing the other one out and putting it on the floor. So either way, still it's a lot. You can feel into how you want to do it. You can like switch between them if you need or want. And we'll be doing that for about a minute. So you can inhale, lifting one or both legs off the floor, and exhale, draw it in. We're moving the legs with the breath, like alternating, kind of like we did with the shoulder shrugs. Keeping the toes pointed. A little bit more here. And inhale both legs out for just a moment. All right, and exhale, let them go. Like, and you can remember the meditation from the beginning of class that we did the body scan. We did it sitting up before, but can you do it lying down now, focusing your attention on the top of your head towards your feet, noticing each part of your body. And what does it feel like compared to the experience was for you at the beginning of this? Attention gets to your feet, moving your attention back up to the top of the body, bringing attention throughout your body. Mm. Noticing full body. And now we're on we're going to feel more deep relaxation and letting go. So it's your one. Make any last adjustments that will help you to feel more comfortable here, more ready to noticing what this point feels like. Relax. Letting the awareness expand to the rest of your scalp. Feeling scalp spread your forehead, around your eyes, muscles, all your cheeks, your lips, feel your mouth, all the muscles around your mouth, feel them relax. Your chin, jaw, relax. Your moving to the shoulders, both shoulders, feel them relax here, both arms, arms, elbows, forearms, arms, fingers, all your fingers, here, both arms, both hands, complete. The upper back. Feel this awareness spread through the upper back. Moving down to the lower back. And feeling this relaxation there too. Moving to the front of the body. Upper bones. Feeling relaxed. All around the ribs, the chest, the sides of the body, all around your belly, all around your hips, both legs. Calves, feel relaxed. The tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, the heels, arches, balls of the feet, all relaxed. All the toes, all of your toes, feel them completely relaxed here. Letting the Your trunk, arms, whole body, totally relaxed here. Completely relaxed and able to enjoy relaxing here for just a few minutes. Just enjoying these and starting to move the fingers and the toes. Move the wrists and the ankles, making circles here in both directions. Stretch your arms out long overhead, stretching very long from your fingertips to your toes. Bringing your knees into your chest from here. Can side to side. Set circles to give some pressure along your back. Enjoying that feeling. And getting ready to make our way back to sitting up. You can rock your way up if you like. I did it. Oh, and it's taking a moment to just connect with yourself as you come to sit up, noticing what it feels like to be sitting up now, noticing what you feel like in your body, in your mind, emotions, and just noticing. And so we're going to close out the class with some reflections on gratitude, because that's just a good way to be focusing our attention. Aside from like noticing our body, it's great to focus on what we're grateful for. As like cheesy or corny as that might sound, it really helps to remember that. So first acknowledging again gratitude for these teachings, for these practices that have made it to us, that we can practice them here together now. Taking a deep breath in gratitude, of acknowledgement for thinking of how many years, how many miles, just how many people these practices have passed between. Just so amazing that we get to do it now together. Such a gift. And also another gift is, that we get to do it here together. Aside from, the practices themselves, that we can be in this space together, creating this butch space, this queer space for yoga, for this deep connection with ourselves. So thank you to everyone for being here now and sharing in that, in building this together. Thank you. Thank you. So grateful to all of you. All right. And then last but not least, remembering gratitude for yourself, for choosing to show up here, for choosing to spend your time in this way. Like out of everything you could be doing, you're like doing this. That's such a gift to yourself, that you're choosing that. It's like not the easier choice. It's like way easier to just, I don't know, scroll looking at memes or something. But this is ultimately really going to be taking care of you a lot more. So like appreciate yourself for making that choice. Really feeling that gratitude for yourself. Okay. So with all of that, now we're all juiced up on gratitude. I'm going to come back up here, make our little closing announcements for the class. So let's see. What have we got? So we're doing this most every week, most every Saturday, and be making next weekend. It's a new month. Next weekend it will be September. So I will make a new Eventbrite sign up page, and you can find that at the link in the Butch Yoga bio, or if you just search like Eventbrite Butch Yoga September, you'll find it. Let me see if I can try to do that today so that can be ready for September. And yeah, I would love to have y'all there. And also these classes are free / by donation. You do not need to make a donation. Just totally glad to have you here in this space and share this space with you. But if you want to make a donation, you're also so welcome to do that. And you can find my links in the the Butch Yoga Instagram bio. We got PayPal, we got Venmo. That's what we got. And then let's see other things. Oh, just want to mention we did start the group program, the 12-week group program, Presence and Pleasure, last weekend, and it's going awesome. Love doing that. I'm not sure what's coming next in terms of like general things for Butch Yoga, but I am working on things. It's going to be something different. I think the next like thing that I'm putting out there is going to be something that is not live. You know, it'll be like a pre-recorded video thing, so you can like do it on your own time. So really looking forward to having that as an option, because pretty much everything I've done has been live, and that's so fun to get to like connect with y'all, but it's also so limiting. Not everybody can like show up at that time. So excited to put some more options out there for people to be able to practice. All right. So let's see. That is